Ngoya Sharis, welcome. Mufelola, Eric Lindu, welcome. Lola Shorunke, welcome. Bosse Fayajola, Adiola Disu, welcome. Mayowa, Idera Nwafo, Omonika Ikeade, Pearl David, Neo Lushola, T.Y. Moore, Evangelist Rafakat, Stella Nuku, Ladi Shoronke, Shegun Lawal, Jide Craig, T.Y. Moore, Yomi Jegede, Benny Gift, Oluwatope Sheun Ojekwa Israel, Folashade Kikelomo, Jean-Louis Armstrong, Nikki Kristen, Michael Lopez, Patti Bafu, Stella Nuhu, Mashu Esong. Let's go ahead and share the link to this video so that we could get let's go ahead and share the link. Let's go ahead and share it because so we could get everybody. This week we are talking about how to be a hero to your child. Okay. If you have shared the link, then we're ready to go. If you have shared the link, then let's go. If you are ready, here we go. The topic of today is, who are you raising? Who are you raising? How did I call it? A child, or who are you raising? A child or a biomass? Actually, it's not supposed to be a child or a biomass. It's supposed to be something more serious. A personality or a biomass. I will change that later. Who are you raising? A personality or a biomass? Well, to tell you the truth, this is going to be a very serious session right here, and the ultimate of this teaching is for this week is how to raise up a child, how to become a hero to your child, how to become a hero to your child, how to raise up a child such that you will become his hero. You will become a hero to your child. Now, let me just try to give you a conception, the conception. I will try to narrate and tell you in short the conception of upbringing, children upbringing or parenting that we have in most families and in most homes in our world today. Unfortunately, many people are not ready for parenting. Many people are not prepared for children upbringing. Many people are not prepared for nurturing, and they don't even know what it means to nurture and bring up a child. So today, I want to let us know what is child bringing, and I've been talking about this most of the time. What is upbringing of a child in the life or in the eyes of a lot of people? Upbringing of a child's upbringing is only, to most parents think that their responsibility is simply to provide something to eat for the child to have what to wear, what to eat, and that is not worse than his colleagues, than his mates. So most parents, when they're thinking about raising up children, they are only thinking about providing enough food for the child to eat. They are only thinking about having enough to be able to send this child to school. They are only thinking about having enough money to be able to feed the child, for the baby to be able to be well dressed, and in some cases for him not to look worse than his mates, so that your child is clean, your child is fed, your child is well dressed. That is the ultimate assignment of the parent to a lot of people. Many parents don't even have that. Or some parents have children and they just hope, or they are hoping that something will happen and by miracle that child will be raised up. So a lot of children, a lot of parents don't really know what it means to raise up a child. A lot of parents don't have an idea what it means to parent, to raise up to a child. But there must be, I've already spoken about this in the beginning of the week, there must be a purpose to raising up children. We must raise a child, we must raise up our children with an intention, with a purpose. And the ultimate purpose of raising up a child is to form in him a personality. The ultimate goal of raising a child is to discover the personality that God had created him to be, to help him discover that personality before he leaves home. But I will tell you that to a large extent, a lot of children never really get to discover the personality that God has called them or he has created them to be before they leave home. Most children, by the time they leave home, they have just become older by age. They have become 18 or 20 years old, but they have not really discovered who they are or what life is about. A lot of children have been raised up just by the principle of how most people raise up their children. I mean, their children, most of the world raise up children like that. We raise up children the same way as we raise up home domestic animals. I'm sorry. So children for us is just a little bit above domestic animals. As rude and as insulting as that might sound. But in the real sense, somebody has to call everything by its name. What we've done is that the only difference between in a lot of families, the only difference between raising up children and raising up domestic animals is that domestic animals don't sleep on the bed. Domestic animals get to sleep on the floor somewhere there, while children get to sleep on the bed. That's the only difference between raising up children and raising up animals in a lot of homes. We have a bed for them, we have clothes for them, and they can talk while the animals cannot talk. In some cases, the animals are even better. Some people interact better with their animals than with their children. But that's why a lot of people say today that the dog is the best friend of a man. They see the dog as their best friend because they have better interaction with that dog than they have with their children. So their children is not their best friend. And that's why I spoke this week about how to make your children your best friend. So to a lot of people and in a lot of cultures, there is no concept of child rearing at all. There is no concept of parenting. There is no concept of parenting. So the only concept of parenting that most people have is that you give them something to eat, you give them food to eat, make sure that you are there for them, you give enough food. There is food in the house, there is food in the fridge, and the parents prepare food for the children to eat. And then, if you really want to become a good parent, you make sure that they have good clothes to wear. So they are always well dressed so that other people will be able to look at your children and say, wow, beautiful, wow, ooh, wow, what a nice suit, wow, ooh, you are a real man, you look like a grown-up, ooh, wow, ooh, oh, a lady, beautiful lady, wow, you are like a princess. And we are getting some pride out of that. We are getting our ego popped off, and we are happy and excited that they are praising our children. So in a lot of families, there is no concept about childbearing. There is not childbearing, child raising, child rearing. There is no idea of what is parenting. A lot of people don't know what is parenting. We don't know anything about parenting. And what we do is that we're actually raising up biomasses instead of raising up personalities. Many families have never even heard of the idea what it means to raise up personalities. Many people don't even know that the reason they've been given children or the reason they have been trusted with children is to raise up personalities. Many people don't even have an idea that the ultimate goal of raising up children is for personalities. Many people even have never heard the word personality. And when we talk about personality, we are thinking that we could only talk about personality in terms of talking about Hollywood personalities or movie personalities or movie stars or things like that. But really, the ultimate goal of parenting is to be able to raise up a personality in accordance to the person that God had created that person to be. The sole purpose of parenting is for the parent to be able to help that child to become potentially the exact image, the total picture of what God had in his mind when he gave birth to that child. The ultimate assignment of a parent, of parenting, is to help that child to grow him up in such a way, to parent him in such a way that the hidden person in him will be revealed, that the hidden personality will be unveiled. So the goal of parenting is to unveil the person, the ultimate person, the best person that God has put in that person to be, the best dream of God for that person, the best intention of God for that child, the best aspiration of God for that baby. The picture that God has in his mind concerning that baby is supposed to be discovered and unveiled in that baby. So the baby is supposed to be taught into discovery his personality, the person that God has put in that child. The person that God. So who are you raising? Are you raising a biomass, or you are raising a personality? So what is a biomass? A biomass is a biological mass. Biological mass. This is a biological mass. Biological mass is biological reality. Biological mass is a mass weight. Mass is a weight. So a weight of flesh, biological weight, flesh weight, weight of body weight. So most of the time, that is what we do. You know, when you want to measure the cow, you measure the mass of the cow. When you want to measure the pig, you measure it in mass, biological mass, because it has the body, but it doesn't have essence. So in most families, unfortunately, they are only raising up biological mass. Somebody that is small, someone that has some, it doesn't matter what kind of figure or flesh he has, but who is big, what is the mass? It must be a small mass or a middle mass or a big mass. Just the mass, the weight of the flesh, biological mass. So how do we end up raising biological masses in our homes instead of personalities? We end up raising up biological masses in our homes when we don't put values in those children, when we only care about feeding the body. Each time you are only concerned about the body of your child, each time you are only concerned about the physical well-being of your child, each time you are only concerned when your primary concern is only about what you see. You are only seeing the child. You are only seeing the physical body of the child. If the physical body and the physical being of the child that you are looking at, that is the only thing that exists in your mind, you are raising a biomasses. If the only thing you are seeing in that child is just physical mass that you are feeding, and if your only obligation or your primary obligation is just to give food to that child, is just to give clothing to that child, it's just to care for the physical things and needs and desire that you say, you are only raising biological mass. So to the extent we are so concerned about how our child will look, about how nice they look, how well they look, how well they are fed, how perfect they look, that we are actually not concerned so much about who they are inside, what they become inside, their essence and their personality. So it's so bad that if you happen to give birth to a child that has deformation in the body deformation, twisted body, or paralyzed body, or something with some kind of deformation or disability, we think, we are in tragedy. Why did God do this for me? The whole world is ended. Some people actually think that their world has ended when they give birth to a child that has some kind of deformity or not. Because to us, a child is only the body. So when you see the body that is twisted, that is faulty, that is having some challenges, we think that we have a bad child. We think that God has not been fair to us. We think that God has not treated us well. We begin to cry. We think that we're actually having a tragedy because the body is not right. But what about the person? What about the person? What about the personality inside? The thing that we are supposed to be concerned about, we are not concerned about it. We are not concerned about the personality inside. We are not concerned about who that person becomes inside. So we are not even concerned if the inside of that child is twisted or not. We are not even truly concerned if the personality of that person is damaged or not. We are not even concerned if the person, if there is this disablement in the personality of that person. And most of the children that we raise up, we end up raising up deformed children, the disabled children. Most of our children are actually disabled. They are not disabled in the physical. They are perfect in the physical. They look perfectly okay. No problem. No deformity. They are nice. They have the hairstyle. They speak good English or they speak good language. They go to school. They dress the way you want them to dress. They look good. They are handsome. They are beautiful. But in the real sense, inside, they are deformed. We have actually disabled children. They are disabled mentally. They are disabled emotionally. They are disabled physically. Spiritually. They are disabled in their personality. In fact, as a matter of fact, their personality is retarded. What do I mean by retarded? Because in the person that is inside of them, they are not formed yet. So somebody could be 30 years old, or 20 years old, or 18 years old, or 20 years old, but his person is not discovered, and his person is not formed yet. So you have somebody who looks nice, So, and dressing well, doing everything nice, but it's deformed inside. So which is better? Is it physical deformity that you are supposed to be concerned about, or personality deformity, or emotional deformity, or spiritual deformity, or mental deformity, or personality deformity? Most of the people that we call children, great children, go to school, dress well, look nice, they are deformed. Their personality is deformed. So unfortunately, those are the kind of children that we are raising up, and we are proud that they look nice, they look exactly how the whole world wants them to become. But those ones who are maybe having autism or whatever, whatever deformation in the physical, we pity them and we say, oh, but maybe inside that person is actually more whole, that person is actually more healthy, that person is actually more a person than our children that we think are nice and are wonderful. So this also goes a long way to why I always say that a lot of people don't even have anything to do with parenting or with marriage. And a lot of people shouldn't have anything to do with marriage or parenting, because parenting is a big job, or marriage is a big responsibility. 50% of people you see in the world are not supposed to even have anything to do with marriage, because marriage is a big business. It's a big responsibility, because for you to marry and to have children is to be able to understand what I'm saying now. But many of you have never even had these things before, talk less of being able to fix it. So what is your own understanding, or what is the essence of your understanding of parenting and bringing about children? What is bringing about children and raising up children in your own mind up to today or till now? What has it been? Has it not just been about providing clothes, providing dresses, providing food, and that's all, and sending them to school? So when you are now, as a parent, able to provide your children with clothes, and you are able to provide them with food, and you are able to send them to school, you think you are a superhero and a super champion. That's what a lot of people are thinking. But I'm sorry to disappoint you, because these people might grow up to be 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old. They might not smoke, they might not drink, they might not even be doing anything bad, but they are still biomasses. So who is a biomass? That is what we should be talking about today. Who is a biomass? Biomass. Maybe am I giving you? And let me say, before I tell you what is a biomass. Some of us parents who have done very well, or who really think we are good parents, most of the things we do is that we take our children to school, to church, or we read the Bible with them and pray with them. But that still does not make them to not be biomasses. That does still not make them to stop being biomasses. So, but we don't have a system. That's why this week I started talking about having a system of raising up children, having a system of parenting, having a goal in parenting, and having a system in parenting. So for a lot of us, we think that we are doing well when we say, oh, I told you not to smoke. I told you smoking is bad though. Don't smoke. Oh, don't smoke. You see those people smoking, they're bad. You see those ones drinking, they're bad. Don't do it. Oh, and don't have any sexual relationship with anybody. Or you say sin. Just telling them, oh, I told you not to go there. Why did you go there? Why did you go? Come, I'll beat you. Why did you go there? I told you not to go there. What? Oh, you touched that thing. Why did you touch the thing? But I told you not to touch the thing. Now, come, we beat him. Oh, come, my son, come and greet uncle, come and greet uncle, come on, yeah, good boy. Then those ones will say, oh, good boy. They say, oh yeah, you are a guy, yeah, you're having some pride inside. You say, yes, that's my child, yeah, you well brought up. He's saying good morning, he's saying good afternoon, he won't buy it now. Yes. That is the best some of us do. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't steal. I told you not to steal that thing. Why did you steal it? Okay, I'll beat you. Why did you steal it? To us, that's the best we can do, because we don't have a system. Even though those things are not bad, but they are occasional emotional outbursts. They are just occasional outbursts or emotional outbursts that is not systemized, that is not placed in a system. You have not put that in a system. You have not, you have not set up a program for raising up that child so that it will become exactly the person is supposed to become. You have not set up a program. You have not put a program together to make sure that that child becomes the person and the personality that God wants him to be. You have not put a program in place. You have not set a program in place. You don't have a schedule. You don't have a system. You don't have a routine that you are using to guide that child into that person that he's supposed to become. You are not having a program that you are using to shape the inside and the personality of that child. You must have a program. You must have a program in place that is intentional, that is purposeful. So, and I'm going to this week, I hope that this week, before the end of this week, I'm going to give you some program that you could use to raise up your children, some content. But content is no problem. You can find content anywhere. The most important thing is that you must know that there must be a structure. And when I talk about structure, that means that you must you must have a structure. Like, let's say, every day, you must have a plan and a structure of what you are doing with you. Let me give you a structure. And I've talked about this all along this week. Let's say, between the age of 3 to 5, you must have 30 minutes every day when you are talking to those children about values. When you are forming and you are putting in them the right value systems that are needed for them to become who they need to become. When you are choosing a topic, the topic that are in line with what you want them to become, the topics that are going to form in them the core of their personality, the core of who they will become in life. So you have those topics, and for a whole week, you take your children through those trainings, through that period of value formation. It is that period of value formation when, let's say, when they are 3 to 5, you want to spend 30 minutes with them, sit down, and you are just putting that value system in them. Different topics every week, or different, it depends on maybe, let's say different topic every week. Then when they are from age of 5, from 5, let's say from 6 to 12, you should spend with them about 1 hour maybe, or maybe more than 1 hour every day. You are just hammering into their system from head to toe, everywhere. You put in a systematic way instructions that are buried, that are injected into their system. So by the time they become their teenagers, by 14, they are already defined. They already know what they need to do in life, what is wrong, what is right, and they already know exactly where they're going. So some of these topics have to border on who God is, what is the purpose of life, why are they here, what is their calling, how to discover their purposes, how to become who they want to become, how to overcome peer pressure, how to overcome the world, how to not to fall under the pressure of the world and the sin, all kind of topics that are relevant to making them survive in the world and rule over the world, but most importantly, that will help them to formulate and to form the core of their personality, the core of who they are. That is what is systematic parenting and nurturing. Now, what is the problem with not raising up a personality? If you don't have a system, and if you don't have a structured, systematized way of parenting, if you don't have an informed, if you are not an informed parent, if you don't raise up a child in a systematic way, building structure of values in them, if you don't raise up your child in a system that will construct and build up the core of who that person is on values, if you don't form and construct the personality of that child from when they are small, What happens to a child that is just a biomass? What happens to a baby that just grows up with him being taken care of only from the outward? And when a child is being fed, eating, drinking, entertained, having fun, going to school, coming back from school, and there is no system that is putting in value system in that child. If there is no system of value system, nothing is constructed, just the body. But why is the child growing and growing healthy and happy and laughing and everything? Because you are feeding feeding the body. So the body is growing, the body is becoming bigger, everything, but you are not building anything inside. So what you have is a body of mass, a biological body that doesn't have any that doesn't have any system to hold that body together. It doesn't have any anchor inside. It's a body of flesh that is doing everything right. The reactions are right and everything, emotions and instincts. So what is the problem with that? What is the problem when we just raise up the body of a child without building up this value system in him? Number one problem is that that child is empty in his core. He just knows what everybody knows. He is not anchored. And you know what is an anchor? The sheep in the river, the sheep on the ocean and all that. So the sheep needs an anchor, not to be thrown away by the tide and the blowing wind. So that child looks everything okay, but if there is no anchor, value system is the anchor that is holding that child together. Value system is the spine. It's the spiral cord. So the anchor is the spiral cord of values and character that is holding that child together like this. That is what is forming his direction. That is the thing that is helping him to determine that is like the what do you call it? What is it that when you turn it everywhere, it shows the place? No matter where, compass. It's a compass. So this is a compass. Value system is the compass that holds him together. That compass is the one that makes him to be right, to know what to do at the right time. Compass is the structured value system that is holding him and giving him direction to know exactly what to do. So if you don't have that system and built into that child, the system of value system, it doesn't become a personality. It's just a body. You call him name Alexander, or Andrew, or Anna, or Esther. Hey, Esther has come, but Esther behaves anyhow. Esther behaves just like any other child behaves. Esther doesn't have a structured system of values. So he just reacts like every other human being reacts. Or he reacts this way today, tomorrow like that, this day after tomorrow like this. He's just like a wind, blown up by a wind anyhow. So when a child is not raised up to be a personality with value system, when there is no structured value system, no program of upbringing for a child, that child is a child normally in the body, but is zero inside, is empty inside. So there is emptiness in that child. Emptiness in terms of it doesn't have a compass. It doesn't have a lighthouse. It doesn't have a lighthouse that is giving him guidance. It doesn't have a lighthouse. It doesn't have a compass. It doesn't have a direction. It doesn't have an anchor. It doesn't have anything navigating him. It doesn't have a bearing. It doesn't have a bearing in life. So he's empty inside. It's okay. The breast will be big as a woman, the legs will be long, and everything is okay. The hair will be okay, and that's everything that we're all paying attention to. For them to just be okay, the hairstyle, the suit is okay, the body is all right, but we have lost and misplaced the most important thing. So that kind of person is empty inside. That person, that kind of child that is not raised up to on the basis of some concrete value system is egocentric. So a child that is not raised up to be guided and to be guided by a system of a value system that is there, when there is no core, no spinal cord built up in him, in the spirit realm, the spiritual spine is not built up. That child is guided and is left to live by egocentrism. That child is left to live by ego, by self, to be directed by self, and is living only for himself, because he's not having a lighthouse. He's not having a navigation. There's no navigation system in his life. He doesn't have a navigation system. And what navigation system does is to determine the direction he's supposed to go in life, is to give him a goal and a purpose. He doesn't have that goal. He doesn't have purpose. He doesn't have the direction that he's supposed to be living in. He doesn't have a campus that is always correcting him and how does a campus look like? A campus could go off this way or this way anyway, but it will always find its way back to the right path. It's always knowing, it's always pointing to the north, it's always pursuing the goal, it's always going to the right direction. Why? Because it has that innerly built mechanism. So if you don't build that mechanism in your children, it's called value system. If you don't put that value system there, they don't have that inner mechanism. They don't have inner compass that is always returning them to the right path. They might stumble, they might fall, but they will know exactly what they need to do to come out of the situation. So in the absence of this value system, what a child is left with is himself. Is only left with himself. A child that is raised up to be a biomass. How do you know a biomass? A biomass is only concerned and is primarily concerned by himself, by his a biomass is only concerned by his own reality, that is his own self. So his main concern, his preoccupation in life itself is just about him. He's not thinking about his goals. He's not thinking about his purpose. He's not thinking about God's intention and purpose for his life. He doesn't have that anchor. He doesn't have that compass built in him. He doesn't have that mechanism. Everything, even every other thing around him, is using them for his own good. So his parents and his mother and father and everybody, they're just supposed to be, their furniture that are just servicing him, or car, or just tools that are being used for his own self. A person that is not, value system is not built in them, they only see everything as a stepping stone. The father is a stepping stone, the mother is a stepping stone, the family is a stepping stone, school, teachers, brother, everybody is a stepping stone. It's all about them. They don't live for anything greater than them. They don't live for any other thing apart from themselves. So that is another problem. Now, that kind of child that is not raised up with a value system is living always in a conflict. Is always living in an internal controversy between himself. He doesn't know what to do. Either he's doing right or he's not doing right. He's confused. That kind of person is always confused. The next thing you will see in that kind of personality that doesn't have a value system, it doesn't matter how well it looks outside. It doesn't smoke, it doesn't drink, but in the real sense, he's always living by emotions. His emotions is the reality of his life. How he's feeling, who offended me, who didn't look at me the way he's supposed to look at me, who didn't smile when they look at me, who didn't shake me, who didn't greet me, how I feel today. There is weather today, there is no weather today. I don't have mood today, I have mood tomorrow. Those are the empty things they are living for and living by. They are not living by they are not saying, but let's take the person that has a value system, for example, or a system that is built to be a personality. It doesn't, even if it's a child, it knows that it doesn't matter what I feel or how I look, how the weather is or no weather is. I have a goal. I am pursuing a goal. I'm pursuing an objective. I am ruling over my emotions. I'm ruling over my feelings. I'm ruling over the weather. I am living for something higher. I am not just concerned by myself. Myself is, let me say this, a person that has that understanding that I'm talking to you right now about, that is built that has to be a personality. He knows that his life is given to him only as a means. As a means, the body, the mind, everything. The person you call him Sunday is given, this person, personality, is given to me as a means of accomplishing the purpose for which I was created. So, for example, Sunday, life in general, everybody's life is given to us for a purpose. So my personality is given to me as a means of fulfilling purpose, because life is about purpose. Life is about establishing the will and the purpose of God on the earth. God sends everybody here for a purpose. So my life is not about me. My life is not for me anymore. My life and my mentality, my personality, my body, my everything is supposed to be equipped to fulfill that purpose. So life is about purpose. Life is intentional. God gives life intentional, for purpose, for intentions, for a goal. So God sent you here for a mission. So your life is an instrument in the hand of God to fulfill that mission. So that mission, that goal is more important than your personality. Your personality is, God said, God created all of us by himself and for himself. We were all created by him and for him. So I was created for his purpose. It is his purpose that is the reason why I'm here. So I'm not here for myself. I'm not here for my body. I'm not here for my life. I'm not here for my intentions or for my agenda or for my goals or for my aspirations or for my intentions or for my likes or don't likes. I'm here as a means in the hand of God, as an instrument in the hand of God, as a tool in the hand of God. I am here to package together, created like this for the purpose that God created me to be, for his own purpose only. I am an instrument of his purpose. I am here as a means to fulfill his goals and his purpose. So a life of personality is that thing is taught to them from when they are small. When they are children, they know that it's not my emotion doesn't matter anymore. My feelings doesn't matter anymore. My mood doesn't matter anymore. My what feelings or weather doesn't matter anymore. I am here, packaged, sent here for the purpose of God. That purpose of God is primary. That purpose of God, that intention of God, that goal of God is, I am the instrument for that. So I need to subject myself towards that goal if necessary. I need to subdue myself. I need to break myself to fulfill that goal if necessary. I need to make myself uncomfortable to fulfill that purpose if necessary. I need to allow pain or suffering or anything. I need to go through anything necessary to make sure that I complete that purpose if necessary. I am just an instrument of his will on the earth. I am here to pursue his will, not to pursue my comfort, not to pursue my intention, not to pursue my likings, not to pursue what I want, but to pursue the goals of his purpose. So but for someone that is not having that anchor, for someone that is not having that lighthouse, that compass in his life, for someone that is not having that compass, it is a life of tragedy. He's full of himself. He's always thinking about himself, because you don't have goal. You are not defined. No purpose is defined for you. No goal is defined for you. So you are just thinking about yourself. So you yourself become the compass. So it is not the will of God that is the compass of your life. It is not the will of God that is the lighthouse that is pointing you into the direction. So there is no navigation system. So the navigation system is just you. So you are using your flesh and your emotion to be the navigation. So it's how your emotion feels that you go. What direction your emotions and your feelings and your mood goes is what you do. It feels this way this morning, you run this way. It feels that way that afternoon. In the morning you fall over again. You are just all over, up and down, everything. Because you are not gathered. You are not an anchor. You are not having a superior thing like a lighthouse that you are seeing, that you are following. You are not having a navigation system in you. Something has not been built in you. Only a bunch of masses, That's what's called biomasses, biological reality, biological mass. So egoism rules over such people. Conflict and controversy inside of them all the time. They're always living in controversy. I want, I don't want, I want, I don't want. Oh, maybe this, maybe that. Next thing, they're always angry. Oh, you didn't do this, because it's emotion. Emotion is always making them to be angry and to be, sad, or to be happy, or to be having mood, not having mood. So they are always, from happiness to from high to low all the time. They are always affected by what somebody else does, what happens somewhere, what somebody said, what they didn't say. They're always living in emotions. Either they're angry, or they are not happy, or they are concerned about one thing or the other. There is no value system that is guiding their actions or their behavior on the earth. So they have not been taught since they were a child where to go. Why are we here? Where are we going? And where am I from? Where am I from? Where am I here? Where am I going? And so it's all about the value system. It's all about the value system. And then when they go to those kind of children go to the world, so some people are saying that Pastor Sunday is on fire today. Yes. TY, I think TY is the only one who knows why. TY is the only one who knows why I'm on fire today. Maybe I will explain to you. And it's so good, because I was planning to teach this topic, but I would have just taught it as normal. But what happened was that I've been writing an article this week. Last week? From last week to this week, it's about the Ponzi scheme, MMM they call it, that went to my country, Nigeria, and pyramid scheme, MMM. And I've written, I did so much work, over 70 pages of article in 8 parts. And I wrote them, and many people are just responding to me, say, it is because of the situation in the country. It is because of... So people have excuses why people are behaving like that. Then I happened to talk to my friend today, who is on this platform too, who is very close to me, and the person also was putting the article outside, and people were attacking and saying all this. And the person told me that, Pastor, it's because of the poverty. It's poverty. And I was telling him that, you say it is not because of poverty, it is because of the value system. The whole country has been brought up without a system of value system, without any core, no core inside, no. We don't even know as a society anymore what is good or what is bad. So when the whole society is growing up, doesn't know what is good or what is bad, that is catastrophe. Catastrophe will just be happening every day, left and right. There is no upbringing. So people who have children, who are bringing up children, that's the way they bring up preaching. The children, the way I said now, they just make sure that they eat, they have something to eat, they have something to wear, and they send them to school. Maybe at most, don't smoke or don't drink. Oh, did I tell you? You come and greet daddy, come and greet uncle. Good morning, say good morning. Okay. Don't steal, don't steal. Okay, don't take that. Who did I tell? Why did you take it? I told you not to take it. I said, just emotional outburst and occasional, that's not upbringing, that's not parenting, that's just accidental. When you have that kind of accidental and chaotic upbringing, you have a chaotic life for the children. The children end up having a chaotic life. So no system of no structure, no system, no value system, no core, no anchor, no guideline, no navigatory system, no value system, not just by chance we hope that this one, out of these 3 children, one of them will be okay. We just hope that all of them will be okay. God help us, God help us. God should just come and do miracle. You want to reap where you have not sown. So the whole country just messed up. And I discovered that even the good people, my own disciples, they don't even know the difference between, values. Why values are important in life. Why value system. Why, even though people are Christians, but you are Christians and you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't sleep around, you don't cheat, and you don't steal, because that is what you have been told that is bad. It's not because something is built into you, and it's not because you have a worldview that is convinced that that's the way things are to be. If you have a worldview like that, you will never ever say it is right and that there is any excuse why anybody did that. You will never ever say that the people who are stealing and are robbing other people, that they have an excuse. It's just like saying that you are going to kill people and you say you have an excuse. You never have an excuse to do evil, to do what is wrong. If you are somebody that have value system, you will never ever condone any. You yourself don't do it, and you say, oh, it's just them. Oh, they are just young. Oh, they're just. No, it's because you don't have that worldview. So your worldview to them is allowed because they don't know, or because they were offended, or because they are stealing from them, or because something happened. It means it's not your worldview yet. Even though you are not doing it, you don't have that worldview, because you can assume that somebody else can act like that, or is allowed, or somebody else has an excuse. You don't have that core. You don't have that system of your worldview that determines your worldview. By the way, if you have not yet shared the link, if you have not yet shared this program, I think we all need to share this program. Only 40 people have shared this program, and we are over 100 people here already. I think we all need to go and share this program. I think we all need to go and share this program. I think we need to share. Go on, look under your video, and you could share the program. You could share the video. So I think that's why I'm talking with this with so much intensity, because I just wish that people could know this. And what I've discovered is that even the best of our people, they don't even know what I'm talking about. They just have the religious concept of, oh, don't steal, don't smoke, don't do sex, don't do this, because it's of religion. It's not because of worldview. They just, because they go to church, because they say it's bad, because the environment, they don't have their own personal worldview. They are not established in the system of worldview, which is a crisis, which is a situation. It means that when things are bad, everything is permitted or permissive, even though they might not be doing it because of their religion or because of their belief. Okay, let me tell you an example. For example, a man of God in Nigeria. Can I mention the name? Okay, no, don't let me mention the name. One of the top 3, maybe one of the top 5 men of God in Nigeria, maybe one of the first top 2, 3 or so, came to England, and when the person got to the airport, they stopped him, a big man of God. They stopped him and started shaking him out. Started, shaking him. Do you have anything? They look at his passport. Is this you? Is this you? Yeah, and he was younger at that time. So I said, are you the one? So he told them, oh, I cannot lie. I'm a pastor. I cannot lie. I'm a pastor. So this English woman who was sitting down there and checking on the passport said, what did you say? He said, I'm a pastor. I cannot lie. And the British woman said, you mean you cannot lie just because you are a pastor? So if you had not been a pastor, it would have been okay for you to lie? So if you had not been a pastor, it's okay. You could have found your way to lie, right? So you want me to believe you just because you are a pastor? Because you are a pastor, you cannot lie. So other people who are just human beings, they could lie, or they are permitted to lie? Is that what you're trying to say? This man of God said, I was so shocked that this is an unbeliever British woman that is sitting there. It is already a worldview. You see, it's not because of religion or no religion. So it's not because of religion. It's because of the worldview. This is a question of worldview. So the woman, even though she's an unbelieving English woman, but she will do what is right. Either she's a believer or she's not an unbeliever. It's a worldview question. She will not lie, come what may, not because she's a pastor or she's a believer or she's going to church. No, it's just because of a value system. A value system has been built in them from childhood to know that there is no reason to lie. There is no excuse to lie. Either the economy is bad or the economy is good, there is no excuse for them to lie. There is no justification in it. It's a worldview. So this, my friend, when I was talking to him today, He was telling me, oh, Pastor, you didn't get me. I'm not saying that I will do it. I will not do it, Pastor. I'm not going to put money in MMM. I'm not going to do Ponzi scheme. I know that is wrong. I will not do it, Pastor. It's not something that I will do. I'm just telling you that they do that. That is, they can do it because of the situation in the country. That they they don't know better, so they can do it. It's because of the economy, the recession in the country. I'm not talking about myself, Pastor. It's not me I'm talking about. I'm just talking about them. That is what they are thinking. So I told him, this my friend, that wait. If you are even permitting it in your mind to say that they can do it, and that it is understandable why they are doing it, and that they are doing it because of this, so it's permitted in your mind, it's permissive in your mind. You are permitting it. You will not do it because you are a Christian, because you are a pastor, because you are this, because you have been told in your church not to do it, because it is bad in your church. But you don't have a mindset, you don't have a value system, you don't have a worldview. You don't have the right worldview. You don't just do it because it's you, but other people could do it because it's them. You don't have a concrete worldview that does not allow anything to. You don't even allow things that are don't even permit it. So you can, because of the way you are thinking that okay they can do it because that's why the whole society is like that. You are just concerned about your own domestic, righteousness, that I'm okay, I'm not doing, but the society will be ruined because you are permitted, you have given it a possibility that they can do it, they could act like that. Even our churches don't teach like this. Even our churches don't have a system of worldview. Even our churches, we just have religious rules and religious commandments and rules and laws, but we don't have worldviews. We don't build value systems. So people could go to church, they will pray and do this, but they will not follow value systems. When they go out of church, they will go out of church and do what they think is profitable right now. So what happens in such a situation when a child or someone is brought up like that, like I just said now, an adult, so everything will happen. What will happen is that a child like that in the house will be okay to the parents. You will be doing something, but when it goes to the city or to the school or to the university or where there are no other people, it will just join the crowd. It might not do the same thing in the beginning, or it will be mentioning what he's doing with what other people say. Oh, I'm not as sinful as other people. Oh, I'm not as bad as other people. Oh, other people are even worse than me. So he will know that you told him not to do this, not to do that. But when situations come, he will do different things. Because he doesn't have a core. He doesn't have an anchor in him. He might know it in his head that you said that, but he doesn't have this sense. He doesn't have the strength. The system is not built in him. The structure is not in him. So when he goes to school, he will begin to behave with others just anyhow. He will do some things, he will not do some things. He might even not be doing the things, but in his mind, it's not clear cut. He will not be doing the sin, but he will be thinking he's suffering. He will be thinking some things have been taken from him. He's missing out on some things when he's not doing what other people are doing. So that is how a society becomes a zoo park, an animal farm. Because that is what happens when those kind of children grow up. Even though they might not be stealing or doing all the same thing, but in their mind, they are looking for the best opportunity to come for them to do it. Or they're doing other things too. They don't have a rigid, a formed value system, the outlook into the world that makes them to just live by a given principle and value system. So they will tolerate other people. So the society will be disorganized. The foundation of the society will be destroyed. And the Bible says that if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? That is why in Nigeria they say they have a lot of righteous, but there is no foundation. They are righteous in church, but they don't have foundation of behavior, because there is no system of, no value system in them. There is no core in them. And this core, this value system is supposed to start from every family. From families, from upbringing. That's why there must be a value time, a value added time, every day in the family. You people have been writing so many things. Let me read some of the things you are writing. Modupe Motimi Loju. By the way, if you have not yet shared this message, please go. I think everybody needs to have a copy of this message. Let's go share it. Look under your video, you see share button. Press that share button. And by the way, let me announce to you that from tomorrow morning, I'm going to be on the other platform, on the big platform, Dr. Sunday Adelaja. That's where I will be. It will be here also. I think we will have a copy here also going here as a shared one. But we are going to go to the big platform. Modupe Oshuolale Motimi Loju said, Motimi Loju, I think. A very rich word of wisdom tonight. God help our society. Even going to the Nigerian embassy here was such a culture shock for me. That's Davida saying that. But that's why I think if you people have not read my last article on MMM, there is part 7. You need to go and read that. It's on my Facebook here, and it's on my blog also. Everybody needs to read that part 7 of my article on MMM. It's called Leave Us Alone. Why every participant of MMM is already lost. Paul Awodele said, there is zeal in Nigeria, but not according to knowledge. Thank God. Emerson said, wow, I guess I have missed a lot today already. Get a copy. Just press the share button. It will come to your timeline. That is how you get a copy of this message. Then you could listen to it at any time. Olukayo, they say, Pastor Sunday, we are praying for your early return, sir. Yes, we are sharing all these messages as much as we could. Take note of the power problems making it difficult to move faster through the available media. The challenges are endless. Please come soon. Well, I'm still fighting my demons here. That's why I cannot come right now, but I'm getting ready. Adelomo says, so true. That's why some people behave that way. Zelzi say, if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? Indeed, very true. Oluwatoyin say, righteousness without foundation is emptiness. Yep. Ine Okeaya said, no core of life values. Lord have mercy. Ufoma is saying, Pastor is firing me up today. Yetunde said, Nigerian transformation, here we come. God is involved. Lara Shomoye said, yes, they advise you that the end doesn't justify the means. Yep. Davida said, I'm in Nigeria shortly, and I am wondering how I will survive the system. Paul Awodele said, we in the diaspora seem to have an advantage as per access to knowledge. A system of worldview is imperative for all. Ngoya Shar is the raw truth. Love it. You remind me of Mandela, Pastor. Stella Nuhu said, Pastor, can I tell you that only one pastor spoke against MMM? Wow. Adelomo, you are so right, Dr. Adelaja. Modupe Olutum face, thou art inexcusable, oh man. Societal mindset and mentality is wrong. Wow, thank you, Pastor Sunday. Davida said, we need to show people a different way. The system is so corrupt, a good person becomes an object of mockery. Paul Awodele said, think it's more of a knowledge problem. People have not been taught. TY says, exactly, MJ, that is what Dr. Adelaja is saying. Whole shift in my thinking. Olukayode said, even suppose good schemes are turned into evil in Nigeria. Supposedly good schemes are turned into evil due to wrong value system. No system anyway. Unfortunately, this has gone for so long. Pastor Sunday, you have a lot of work to do here. You are prepared for this more than us, who spent all our lives in this mess. Many find their way out of the country for the same reason. Niyi said, why is it that those Nigerians who have lived and experienced value system in developed countries go back home to do worse? Are we a cursed people? No. It's not because of being cursed. It's because they come to the West, they see everything is organized, but value system is not what you see in the physical, it's what is built inside of you. So those people come and see what is happening in Europe, they only see it with their eyes, but value system has not been built inside them. That is why you are thinking it's not about being cursed, it's about what is missing in life. Value system has to be built and imparted inside an individual, either from when they are young or the way we are doing it right now. We have to build a new value system in you right now. We have to cultivate it. It has to be systematically and intentionally cultivated. It is not what you see with your eyes, it is what you build inside. Okay, Aya said the value system have nothing to do with being a Christian or not, or being born again. Yeah, it's supposed to, but because of the churches are not doing their job, that's why it doesn't have an effect. Monica said, Pastor Sunday, is because back in Nigeria we think we only do the right thing because we are Christians. Yeah, because it's not our value system. It's just because they told us in church. You added that you say, Pastor is hot today. TY, wow, yes. Whole paradigm shift today, Pastor Sunday. Worldview. By the way, I think that you people should send this message to the inbox of people, because a lot of people are not here today. I think we should send this to inbox of people. We should inbox this message to as many people as possible. Nkiru says, everyone that does 419 or sells drugs never blame themselves. They blame others. They blame those that are not smart enough to understand what is good or bad, just like people doing MMM. They believe they didn't force anyone into the scheme, which is so wrong. Kevin King Kevs say, Pastor Sunday, you are an amazing man. Yetunde said, don't mention names, please. Alice Obaze, in our any kind of crime, fraud, lying, cheating is justified in our society. So in Christian home is expected. What is expected? No, I couldn't get that. Stella Nuku said, Pastor Sunday, not one church in Nigeria teaches anything called values. Gift Amos, just like plants or animals, human beings are supposed to live above them. Lara said, yes, there is never a good reason for a bad thing. Ngoya, so true. We would never compromise our principles or values because there is a reason. Davida said, people justify anything, no ethics, or they are just having situational ethic. Nkiru said, I love the volume today. Please, plus the fire of Dr. Adelaja has on today, or is it only on my side? Please keep this volume this high always. Monica, yes, Pastor Sunday, there is no value system at all, only some little home training, little respect elders, go to church, etc. No values at all. Thank you for this teaching, sir. Ali said, we in Nigeria and we have no value system, bad news, but bad means good and is expected in the society. Niyi said the Nigerian value system has crashed. Even most so-called Christians don't have it. Only a few still maintain real values. What's a shame. Bafu says biomass results aimlessly and purposelessly. Yes, they walk about aimlessly and purposelessly. Who form as a value system. Sometimes people make you feel like you are a misfit because you have personal values. God bless you, sir. Jide said, just like Oluwatoyin Bidemi said, this teaching is also for us grown-ups. We need to realign ourselves to this anchor compass so that our paths can be properly shattered. It's not too late to be connected, to be reconnected. This platform is a great resource for reconnection. Anna Thompson says, thank you for these words. It's free me as an adult too, free from guilt. Ifeoma said, we need to grow above our emotions. Thank you so much, sir. TY says, a purposeless life is an empty one, an empty shell having no weight or substance, living as a mere animalistic being and not operating at its optimum. We are better than food, drink, pleasure. Ufeoma said, wow, this is a powerful message. Modupe Olutunfushe said, even some adults are still a biomass. How can they raise a purposeful adolescent? This message is also applicable to biomass adults. Thank you, Pastor Sunday. Okay, Aya Ine said, my God, sir, where have you been all these years? Yetunde said, 1 million thumbs up for you and heart, please, family. Jide said, I hear you, Dr. Sunday. Solomon Kainde Orji, I so much love this very teaching. Thank you, Pastor. Adeola, this teaching should be fundamental in all our homes and churches and schools. Yep. Elizabeth Ali said, I'm in the store. I will soon be thrown out of this shop because I can't stop screaming. Lord help me. Darlene says, Shy, please, Pastor, you are killing us. So I think if they ask us to take this lesson before we have children, most of us will not even bother to have children. Wow. Niyi Olushola said, I stand to be corrected. There are more biomasses than personalities in our world today. Of course, personality is just about 3%. 97% are biomasses. Modupe says, maybe it's because churches are scared of teaching value systems since it will affect offering time. Maybe, yeah, because people are driven by their egocentric reasons. Esther Kuganja, thank you, Pastor, for this passionate teaching this evening. Now I can distinguish between personality and biomass. Caleb, wow, long time. Caleb said, miracle will give you a child, but character will preserve him. Thank you, sir, for this teaching on value system. Lola Ina said, I'm late tonight. Wow, that's a mistake. You need to go get a copy now and go and listen. Neki Okoro, the church should have been the best place to build a value system in people, but unfortunately the churches are even the worst. Yep. Lara Shomoye said, calling a spade come with an embedded value system. Ufoma said, it has to be imparted. Value system can't just be copied. It's either you have it or you don't. Yeah. Monica said, Pastor Sunday, back in Nigeria, you are free to misbehave as an unbeliever. People will say it's because you don't know God. That's why you are a thief, liar, fornicator, not knowing that if you have quality values, you will know that you should not do anything that is wrong. Thanks so much for this teaching, Pastor. Patti Bafu, Dr. Adelaja, this is revolutionary. I wonder how much biomass in us. Yep. TY, the part 7 of the MMM article, I'm still really reading it. reeling in it. It's a very provocative and challenging read. I'm still so deeply affected by it. It's a great write-up. Alice Obazi, thank you, sir. These are teachings we need to hear in our churches. TY, Dr. Adelaja, someone came and took me up on a few things I copied and shared on my wall as per MMM. I was blown away by the blatant disregard for values. Alice Obazi, sir, in my country here in Belgium, in the church, I have no principles and no moral values. Yep. Okay, I have a lot of work on my plate. I'm crying seriously now. Lord help me. My heart is crying seriously. Davida, even going to Nigeria. Okay. Lola, if all pastors can speak the truth like you, sir, teaching us the value of life instead of teaching about offering every Sunday. Yeah. Well, I will continue this teaching tomorrow, definitely. But like I said, we are going to continue on the bigger platform tomorrow morning. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. God bless you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.